हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज की क्लास में हम पढ़ेंगे टाइप्स ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, जिसमें 4 बेसिक कैटेगरीज हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज़ पोजिशनल आर्ग्यूमेंट, कीवर्ड, डिफ़ॉल्ट एंड वेरिएबल लेंथ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. इन सभी के लिए हम एक एक एग्जांपल्स करेंगे टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दीज आर, और आपको फिर इनको प्रैक्टिस करना है खुद से. सबसे पहले मैं लेती हूँ पोजिशनल आर्ग्यूमेंट. सेम एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं जो हमने कल किया था. ऐड फंक्शन with 2 variables or 2 parameters. Suppose I am just printing the sum of these 2 parameters. This is my function. When I call this function, I will write add and I will provide 2 values to it. Or understand the difference, let's take another function for subtraction. This time, suppose this is my function to subtract 2 values. It is always subtracting second value from first value, a minus b. Let's see the output. For 3 and 6, these are the arguments. Why I am calling these are positional arguments? Now let's change their position. If I give 6 here and 3 on the second position, then my answer will change, because 6 is at first position and 3 is at second position in this case. So 6 is at first position, so it will be copied to first parameter. 3 is at second position, so it will be copied to second parameter. That is why the answer is changed. Now let's see it again. 3 at first position and 6 at second position. The answer is minus 3 because it is subtracting 3 minus 6, which will give me minus 3. And if I change the position, the answer will become plus 3. So this is called positional argument because it is considering the position of the past argument. So this is the example of positional argument. Now let's talk about keywords. In keyword argument, if I write here that the a value will take 3 and b will take 6, then it doesn't matter where the position is. You can write it in any way. b is equal to 6. Answer will remain same because I am providing the keywords. Keywords are just the name of the parameter used in the function. There are 2 parameters, a and b. So these a and b will become keyword in this calling function. A will always take this value and B will always take this value. आप A को पहले लिखो चाहे बाद में लिखो, उससे हमारे आउटपुट पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा. So this is how positional argument and keyword argument works. Now it's time for default arguments. Suppose I am writing a comma b is equal to 2, and here at the time of calling this program I am passing 5 for a and passing 4 for b. Then answer should be 5 minus 4, that is 1, which is correct. Now suppose I don't pass any value for second argument. Now can you guess the answer? It will be 5 minus 2. Why? Because the default value for b is 2. So my answer is 3. This is called default argument. You can omit this argument at the time of calling. My fourth type is variable length argument. So for variable length arguments, Let's take an example of adding numbers, and here I don't know how many numbers are going to be added in this program. For such definitions we use symbol asterisk. It gives me variable length of arguments. Here the same program which I gave you in 11th class to find the total of n number of values, I am copying here for I in n, s is equal to s plus I, because I want to add all the values passed in this argument list. Now print total, which is stored in s. How to call this function now? We can test it here. Sum, here I am passing only two values to this function, so it is adding 2 plus 4. Now I can give third value to it, and so on. That means there is no limit of arguments to pass in this function, and I am not fixing the number of parameters here. If the number of parameters are given here, then you have to pass only those number of arguments. But here I wrote asterisk n, that means this function will take any number of arguments, right? So these are 4 variations or 4 types of arguments while passing to the function.